Peace. So today I'm going to discuss the status of Abraham, which is clearly, unequivocally defined in the Quran and is hidden by these so-called Muslims running around holding this book and shouting from the top of their mouths that Muhammad is the leader of all the messengers. Yeah. So let's analyze the statement from what is written in their book. Of course, where else would we verify that Muhammad is the leader and he's telling you that he's the only one to be followed, right? In this book that is called the Quran. So let's start. I'm going to go through quite a few verses, so just hang on and just read with me what I'm going to read and formulate in your mind what is being said to us by the Holy Spirit, who is narrating this Quran and telling us what people said, what God said, what Muhammad is commanded to say. So let's start with chapter 2, verse 124. So here, and behold, tried Abraham his Lord with words, but surely completed them. He said, surely I will make you to the mankind leader. He said, and from my progeny. He said, not a portion, my promise, the wrongdoer. So here God, because Abraham completed his words that God told him to, he said, I'm going to make you to the mankind leader. And then Abraham asked, and from my progeny, and God says, if they're wrongdoers, no. So from Abraham's progeny, obviously, are leaders to mankind, including Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, and myself. But we cannot be leaders if we are wrongdoers. As simple as that. If I turn into a wrongdoer, I will not be one of those chosen. Once we're chosen to actually deliver this book, obviously, the leaders are the ones who deliver this book, if you guys haven't figured that out yet. So here we see in chapter 2 again, verse 130, and who he turns over nation of Abraham, except one foolish to his soul. Remember, nation of Abraham, and already we chose him in the world, and surely he in the hereafter to be from the righteous. There we go, that's Abraham. That's Abraham. His nation is the one you follow, and whoever turns over his nation, finds his own nation or forms his own nation, is going to have to answer to God that day and tell him why, while holding this Quran, he's going to do that, or the Torah or the Bible. He's the leader in both of those as well, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. Yeah, you can go read those books as well. They're saying exactly the same thing. Yeah. So let's go to another point. In chapter 2, verse 135. And they say, be Jews or Christians, you will be guided. So these are the Christians and Jews, obviously. Even today they say the same thing. They said it when the Quran came down. And then the messenger is commanded, say, but nation of Abraham true, and not his from the partnering. So Muhammad is not creating his own nation. He's saying follow his nation, don't make your nations. There's no Jews and Christians. There's the nation of Abraham, under which resides the nation of Israel, which I've already talked about sufficiently. And then we're told, be saying, we believe with God and what's sent down to us and what's sent down to Abraham and Ishmael and Isaac and Jacob and the tribes, and what brought Moses and Jesus, and what brought the prophets from their Lord, not we separate between any one from them, and we to him Muslims. We submit to God, him, and we believe with all these guys. Yeah, yes, there are problems. They have destroyed the Bible. They've hidden the Torah. Yes, the Quran cannot be hidden except behind lies that are surrounding the Quran. It's surrounding the Quran at the behest of those who hold it to hide the reality that is in the Quran, to make you think other than what is written in there about, today is talking about Abraham, obviously. So here another place, chapter 3, verse 67. Not is Abraham a Jew and not a Christian, but a true Muslim, the only one who is called true Muslim in the Quran, Abraham, and not is from the partnering. He doesn't partner with God. Surely first of the mankind with Abraham to be those who follow him, and this the prophet, and those who believe, and God protector of the believers. So understand this perfect statement. It's telling you the first of the mankind are those who follow Abraham, and this the prophet. Anyone who comes with this book, the first was Muhammad. Any prophet who comes with this book is going to follow Abraham. There's no following. This prophet ain't going to be suddenly the leader of Abraham, and God has defined the leader and father as Abraham. So again, let's go to another point in chapter 3, verse 95. Say, the messenger is commanded to say, truth of God, but follow nation of Abraham true, and not is from the partnering. All right. I mean, is there any doubt in what the messenger is telling you? Are you going to invent after this statement something else Muhammad said outside by your interpretations, your delusions, your falsehoods, your fancying yourselves as higher than the others? No, you are lower than Muhammad, so am I. I'm following him, but he's lower than all the others before him. Jesus, Moses, and the father and the leader of all of them is Abraham. There's no doubt in that. There's no separation. And who better way from one who submits his face to God, and here doer of good, and follows nation of Abraham true? Who is better than that? And took God Abraham a friend. So understand the statement. This is not like saying, oh, somebody's going to be better. No, nobody's better than one who submits his face to God. It is doer of good and follows nation of Abraham true. What more do you want in clarity of what these people are holding and telling lies about this Quran? I mean, how much more? Let's have some more. Again, chapter 6, 161. Say, commanded, the messenger is commanded to say, absolutely surely I, guides me my Lord to a highway constant, way constant, nation of Abraham true, and not is from the partnering. I mean, there's no two things about it. Then, again, in chapter 16, 120, surely Abraham is a people devout to God, true, and not he is from the partnering, thankful to his favor, chose him and guided him to a highway constant. And we brought him in the world good, and surely he in the hereafter to be from the righteous. Then we inspire to you that, this is the inspiration of God directly, follow nation of Abraham true, and not is from the partnering. The messenger is told to say it, and God repeats it. He is not from the partnering. So here, Abraham is a people is basically pointing to the nation of Abraham. All the people that belong to Abraham are under the nation of Abraham, and they're devout to God. And now you can change this to he is Abraham alone, or it, the people. We're all the same. We're in the same nation, and we're thankful for God for that favor. So that one last point in chapter 22, last two verses. Here the believers, or those who believe actually, are addressed. They're saying, O you, those who believe, bow and prostrate and serve your Lord and do the goods. Maybe you prosper and struggle in God truth of his struggle. He chooses you and not makes over you in the way from problems. Nation of your father Abraham. He named you the Muslims from before, and in this, to their being the messengers, witnesses over you, and you being witnesses over the mankind. But make constant the prayer, and bring the purity, and hold on with God, he your protector, but blessed the protector, and blessed the helper. So understand here clearly, you're being told you are of the nation of Abraham, your father, and he named you, he is God. God named those who believe the Muslims, because all those who believe submit to God. Yeah, all Muslims are not of those who believe. All of those who believe true, not just any garbage, those who actually believe, which I've explained clearly in my past talks, all those who believe must be Muslims, otherwise they cannot be of those who believe. So I can actually say clearly that most of those who are Muslims are not those who believe or believers. And all of those who believe and who are believers must be Muslims, otherwise they can't be that. This is the relationship you have to understand. And you can go in deeper into the Quran and understand this. But with this said, how is now Muhammad a leader of some other nation he's created? He's not the founder of Islam, obviously. The founder of Islam is God. You know, the first one I know for sure who submitted to him is Gabriel and all the angels. Everything in the heavens submits to God. They're all Muslims. So it's not something new, some new concept that Muhammad brought and he's the founder of Islam. No, it's been the same way forever. You submit to God or you go to hell. It's as simple as that. Other than that, you can do whatever you want. But if you submit to other than God, starting your way to God, the end will be very, very grievous. So with that, I want to end this section and know that the leader and father is Abraham. Peace.